This dang McDonald's Wi-Fi is getting to me a little bit. If I've been playing anybody else, they would definitely capitalize on this. Absolutely. Huh?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's really the biggest thing of my game. Like, I can switch up to be a runner, but I prefer passing if anything. That's what I prefer. You said what? I'm telling you, all of my sisters are characters. Like, I know for a fact you're going to run into my two little sisters. Now, one of them is, actually both of them are very friendly, but they're not going to be used to y'all because I'm used to talking with Q and them. So they know who Q and them are because we grew up with Mark and Jay and Corey, but they know who Q and OG has never been around, but they know who that is too.
Corey Slick?
No, Slick we also grew up with, but Corey is White Rock.
Oh, okay.
Slick's real name is Wally.
Gotcha.
Or Josh, whatever y'all feel like calling him. Superman, Superman.
I wish an organization like Pro Football Focus would come out and do basketball and break down the metrics for all of Michael Jordan's plays and weigh it against Kobe and LeBron. I'd like someone to really statistically figure out who's the best player of all time between those three.
Well, statistically speaking, I'm pretty sure it's going to be LeBron, only because it's all around.
I don't agree with that because I think there's got to be metrics that can tell you. So like everyone's like, oh, he got more rebounds than Jordan. It's like he got like 2 rebounds per game more than Jordan. And the question comes down to how many of them are meaningful rebounds. How many times did that rebound equate to points on the other end of the floor? How many times did that rebound stop a big play for the other team? Crap like that. Because Michael's all-around game is actually not very far off from LeBron, and if you weighed their best all-around seasons, Michael still beats him in that category. Michael's best all-around season was better than LeBron's best all-around season. Like if you look at, I think it was his 89 season. If you look at Michael's 89 season and weigh it against any other season LeBron had, I think you would agree that that was the best all-around season amongst the two.
Jordan wasn't really winning during the 89 season though.
He took his team to the playoffs. He took his team to the playoffs his rookie year. Something else LeBron did not do. And no one can do LeBron didn't have a team.
The argument is going to be, though, that LeBron never got bounced out round one of any playoffs. That's going to be the counter argument. But at the same time, I understand where you're coming from, though.
I would ask the question: did LeBron James ever play a team like the Larry Bird team that bounced the Bulls out of that first round? Did he ever play a team like that in the first round? That's what I'm saying. There's always a counter to everything.
Wait. What?
Are you talking to me or someone in the room?
Yeah, you. I'm talking to you.
You didn't hear what I said?
No, I did not.
I said I would counter that with, did LeBron ever play a team as good as the Larry Bird Boston Celtics in the first round?
Well, Larry Bird at that, and I'm not trying to make an excuse for any player. This is just facts. Well, not really facts, but this is just facting of my opinion. But that was an aged out Larry Bird. Same thing with Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson was getting a little bit old. Yes, legacy wise, they are the greatest of all time. You can't dispute that. But from an actual standpoint, they were pretty old.
I forgot we had our stream conversation on. BK just messaged me. He's like, "I love your random conversation." I was like, "Oh, I forgot about that."
What random conversation?
Because every time I stream, I forgot the audio's on, and I always end up having like a conversation with you or someone else, and it's like coming through my main chat right now. He said Russell's the GOAT.
Come on, dog.
If you're basing off rings, yeah. If you're basing off rings, Russell is the GOAT. I think Kareem would be someone you could argue to if you were mixing rings and stats.
Here's the thing with Kareem, though. I don't know why Kareem is not regarded as the GOAT. It makes no sense because he has the same amount of rings as Jordan. But I think the account to that is going to be probably his era. It was tough, don't get me wrong. But, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why Kareem is never regarded as the GOAT. I couldn't be able to tell you.
I don't know. He had the most unstoppable shot in NBA history. He literally couldn't stop that stupid hook shot. If you mix in rings and dominance, he was probably the most dominant player of all time. Even though I feel like someone could make a valid case that Shaq would have been up there for most dominant of all time, but if you put Kareem, Will, I guess Bill based on era, because there was no one really that big and athletic in that time frame. I remember Bill Russell, they said, actually had rebounding down to a mathematical equation where he actually knew what way to position his hand to tilt the ball to certain teammates if he couldn't grab the rebound himself. Like, he actually mixed in some legitimate, not just fundamentals, but equations, like mathematical physics behind basketball.
You know what's so funny, though? You know, for basketball, they account for any and everybody who's played the game. In football, you kind of get written off if you were to play from, I would say, the 60s before, 70s before. Except Jim Brown. Jim Brown is really one of the lone people.
What, for that era? You're talking about dominant players for that era?
Right. Yeah. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, the history is kind of it's dismissed off only because it's switched.
I missed the argument though. What are you saying about football in comparison to basketball?
Well, I'm saying with basketball, there's really no things taken away from the history of basketball, but with football, you have a lot of people who were great in their era kind of written off.
You don't think the hand check rule versus no hand check rule and then the implementation of zone are huge impacts on how basketball played out from then to now?
I didn't say that.
Bro, the hand check is the difference between Michael Jordan having a career average of 32 points per game versus 45. Literally. Zone is the difference between guys like T-Mac, Kobe, and Iverson basically being at a lesser degree than what they could have been. T-Mac and Kobe with no zone, if they would have played in Jordan's era, would have probably also been up there in the top 10 greatest of all time. I feel like zone made defense a lot more lazy personally, because like if you look at someone like that's another argument against LeBron. It's like, in how many games will you be watching LeBron playing like a Golden State and LeBron's guarding air because he's defending space versus a person, and ends up on like the backup point guard while Steph Curry has someone else on him and Durant has someone else on him, and he's supposed to be questionably your best defensive player, and because his own assignment, he's not defending anything or anyone.
I want to say Curry is just he's a bad on-ball defender. My man is a great off-ball defender. He is a terrible on-ball defender.
Who, LeBron? Oh, yeah.
They ran one play and then they tried to run it again, and the defense completely had on for it. And they had only seen it play one time. They tried to run it at 2 play, and they completely switched players away from the field.
Small things you never really get to see in basketball or think about. If you think about 2K, how annoying it is to watch someone's best three-point shooter run through like 4 screens. Imagine what it's like in real life to be that guy running through 4 screens chasing Steph Curry or Devin Booker or whatever. That's what I hate about basketball. Yeah. Yeah, but that's what essentially extincted or got rid of. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's what extincted good defense in the NBA. It makes me miss the value of series like that Detroit Lakers series from 5, 6 years, 10 years ago. Sorry, 10 years ago. Like when defense could win a championship. In basketball?
Yeah. Well, the kids that we have now don't have the fundamentals that are.
So the only thing that I really think that changed from then to now is difference in strength and conditioning. Like, I think that's why they're stronger and faster, but I don't know if I can confidently make the case that guys now are completely more athletic than guys then, because Dominique Wilkins, Julius Erving, these were guys doing some very far-fetched acrobatic crap in a time with no strength and conditioning technique in comparison to what we have now.
Only a handful of guys back in the day doing that, but you have almost every player now in the NBA doing that. Literally almost every player in the NBA is dang near doing that, compared to a handful back in the day.
What about Earl Boykins? Earl Boykins had a great career in this era.
Yeah, the game is too fast-paced.
Nate Robinson?
He still could play.
Muggsy was better than him. That's why I'm finding it odd that you're saying you couldn't play in this era when a guy like that has.
Worked out. They followed the LeBron game plan. And we talked about what Michael Jordan worked out.
LeBron had so when Jordan finally beat Detroit, he took on a different strength and conditioning programming where they would like do harnesses with him, where he'd have to jump in the air and make his shot with someone pulling his harness on him. That changed how he played. LeBron used the same coach and started doing the same thing in high school. That's what I'm saying. This guy's had the benefit of all the research, all the tech that guys like this, didn't get until late in their career.
More from it doesn't really matter because it's kind of like us in school now. Like, people will tell you back in the day they didn't have as many resources as they did back then compared to now. So it's kind of like, yeah, things do evolve over time. It's not my fault that, I have access to Google and you didn't.
They go play action here on first down. Pressure comes and the Steelers take him down. And so much for that great field
only because a big man now compared to a big man back then, I think a big man now will get with a big man back then, but if you want to go to down low, dirty in the post, they still might have that, but they have the athleticism, I would think, to catch back up with them, just not the physical presence.
Now Ryan. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching
It's a little bit of a lag.
Yeah, that's my McDonald's Wi-Fi somewhat. I hate when my leg is asleep, dog. It's the most uncomfortable feeling in this world.
What happened? No.
No.
Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense.
I get called for penalties so often, it's like nits. All my leagues, it's something I'm doing. I don't know, I don't have anything on, but I'm always called for a penalty.
Comes to Montgomery. And some room to roam now. Great move by Montgomery. And he takes it down deep
Oh, Lord.
in enemy territory. It's a big play there for the Saints. 44 yards on the ground.
I don't even know how that just happened.
A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They've got a first and goal just inside the 5. A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big time.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Zach Ertz with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive.
I hate when people know the game is over and they'll keep blitzing you while you're running the ball.
Yeah, that kind of bothers me too, like when you're stuck in a position where you know you have to run to stay within the rules, but guys know you have to run and abuse that and they're like run committing every play. That stresses me out a little bit because like I don't want to give up a comeback, but at the same time I'd never compromise the rules to win a game. It's like stressful when they do that. I get that. I'm on that wave. I get that. You're running.
All they're doing is just stacking the box and just basically
You
running.
wanted to run. I think you're running still. Yeah.
Okay. Mad 9 saying you don't like the song. Gotcha. You stop singing it before I light out.
That's your sister? Tessa, what's up?
That means
No, I ain't
is
my sister.
his ability to read, react, and make a
Oh, can you
play.
find your sister then and still tell Tessa, what's up?
Look like one of those guys.
I think Kayla left out. I think.
Oh, wow.
My other two sisters, they might be home like a half, actually no, like 45 minutes or so, because they both at work. They get off at 11.
Oh, my
My
God.
sister thoroughly enjoyed y'all. I'm glad y'all made her night. Cause she, again, I think majority of my folks just think I talk to random people majority of the time.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all season about our season opener opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass.
Always forgetting that I have Matt Ryan as my quarterback. No athleticism. Oh, he's got a nice wide receiver tandem.
Had a heck of a game. I like it. Even though I should have had about like 2 picks, maybe 3. My man just dropped him.
Oh man, he's got a pretty good squad.
And the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
Oh boy.
Second down, here's Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. His first
God, I keep missing these cover 0 blitzes. I can't hear you. No, you're just talking really loud.
As this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where he, the big tight end, is so good in that middle third of the seam.
That's why I'm having trouble hearing you, because your voice is low as is, and it's echoing at the same time as his thing.
Hold on, you guys. Hold on. I know how to fix this. That better?
Yeah.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that could be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone. He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
From the 6 this time. They get it to him running left. And he'll get nothing there. Stop
Nice
right
cutback.
at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. The crowd here in the dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal. Play action. Garoppolo.
Yeah, I had a feeling he was going to do that. Oh, bro. Come on. That's supposed to be a lateral. Oh, boy. This is a cover 2. This is a touchdown, my friend. Can hear me.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right?
It's not a cover 2. It's cover 3.
As they would say when you run into big time races, as they get out to a fast start, they're setting the pace, making the other team chase now. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the shotgun, Ryan. Caught on the right side by Adams. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a 1st down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route, the drag.
His guy got hurt? I thought my guy got hurt.
Stick with him for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. In on the stop, it's Tahir Whitehead.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And that's complete to Adams.
Jeez. Should have been a pick.
Stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Ryan on 1st down. He'll rifle this one deep right center. And this is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Marquise Lee, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone.
These niggas suck.
And he'll take this up past the
He just finished playing that goat.
22-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Levi.
Already now 2 touchdowns here in the first
You just
half.
finished playing that goat?
Pretty important drive, doesn't it?
Yeah, I just finished playing Echo. What?
No, how'd it go? What was the score?
It was terrible. I think it was like 36-3.
See, it just said user hit stick, but I hit X. I didn't even hit the hit stick. I don't... Something about this game I just don't understand.
At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a play fake. Garoppolo.
He beat me to it.
One that's intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. It's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line.
Oh, PA crosser, yeah. Just had a feeling on the way they lined up that that was going to be a crosser route. I didn't expect PA crosser.
Chances are there's going to be someone there, and sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll run with Montgomery. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with a bandit.
Oh, wow. First incompletion, but good. Good play for you, my friend.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defenses situation. It was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Matt Ryan now 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Saints add on to their lead. And it is now 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
You guys want to play something after this?
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards.
I'm in the I'm not even at halftime, dude. You're fine.
As they'll start at the 21-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be
Yeah, you're screeching a little. Ooh, I like this.
Every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Nah, this is someone who's been there for a long time.
He's going to launch this thing way down, and he fires one that's intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in
Season of
December.
giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after
You talking about me?
he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
Down to 25.
I know the score looks bad, but I would say it's a little closer than it appears.
Hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
But if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Oh, nice. Yeah, in my leagues outside of Robbie Anderson, I don't really have a lot of fast wide receivers. I wish I did. Not really. Yeah, not really looking forward to playing Quigs with freaking Tyreek Hill. Can't believe we let that one happen. Everyone aside, get out of here, bro. I mean, I'm happy you took them, but I don't think you're the better of 2 evils. You're all evil. Doesn't matter who got them. Whoever got them's gonna abuse them. Oh, that should be. He should have housed that. Who is that? He killed me. I kind of like how this formation's working. I didn't expect it to look that cool. I had to try this a little bit more. What does it look like with this one?
Yeah, normally you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Wow.
But normally I'm the one preaching patience. You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown.
Man, that's a tough. That's a tough way to use that formation.
Specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
It's really hard to run or pass when you do that. I never even thought about it before, just now. Oh, don't do the crosser again, dude. Don't do the crosser again. He did it.
Plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And this one is incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
With it is Brown. Excellent work on the run back there. 33
These niggas are joking, right?
And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here.
These niggas are on crack. Absolutely.
Right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. There's guys out on the
I think I have to run it twice to start, but I'm not sure. And I don't want to take
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
I think I can throw now.
The one to get him down. Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game,
No, he's doing that quarter blitz.
like, hey, these pants make me look fat, and we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And Ty Montgomery has it complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
These niggas got some jokes.
And Boswell's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Steeler offense now with the football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that.
He shouldn't have cut.
Are they upset that the plays weren't
Touchdown.
working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
Sing, Brittany.
They run again with Ware. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
They'll run it now. Out the gun.
Oh man, if he passed, that was a touchdown.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Yeah, everybody's on crack, officially.
On play action, now Garoppolo. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Telvin Smith coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. On play action.
Oh, play action. I thought there was a rule on that now. That was 3rd and 18.
32 that time. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not
Pretty sure there's a rule on that.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball.
It's unfortunate.
I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
How's DJ Moore at 99 already? In just one season. Or 2 seasons, I'm sorry. And he still start development. That's the other questionable part.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still. Gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Here we go. 180! Check 26, check 26.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They find some open field here. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Monte Nicholson picks it. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Hey,
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Ready! Ready!
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. The linebacker, Junior Galette, in on the stop.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he gets it to Funchess complete.
Lavin.
Back now here live in New Orleans. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Wonder for what.
First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. The former Charger All-Pro Eric Weddle on the stop.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he's going to be met at about the 43. The linebacker, Derek Johnson, in on the stop.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Ryan. Hard throw, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available.
How did I kick that? Oh my god. How did I kick that out of bounds?
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Like 20! 20! Check Mike 54! Mike 54! Check Mike, check Mike!
Now they'll run it on the toss.
Oh, that sucks.
They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't it?
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. It's caught, Jones. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out.
Like 20!
Now a handoff for Dixon. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And I can't open up my eyes, and that's fine by me. So wake me up when it's all over.
Garoppolo to throw on second down. Going for the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Oh my God.
Over the middle to Kittle, complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They hand off to their big tight end. Going absolutely nowhere. They wind up losing a yard or 2. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Gallman will run it. Takes this to the 45. Not much space there after the nice move. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. They'll run again here with Gallman. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On is the punter Hecker as he gets this one away.
Oh, I still kicked it in the end zone, huh?
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. Over the middle to Smith. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Garoppolo now, first down throw. Now a desperate.
Oh, he got back there. Oh, man.
Took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
We've been around this league coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Over the middle, complete. That's Gordon. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. A couple of first downs has the football position at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10.
13, by 20, by 80, 12, 12. Get the mirrors back and go full strength.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now whistles and a timeout call here.
The only
Not
pass
sure
to
what the
that
point of this,
scenario.
but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
11, 21, 21.
One final try now for Garoppolo. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So Charles are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is the end of the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain throughout when you're pitching a shutout. And they're going to leave the stadium feeling like they're all 10 feet tall.
So for New Orleans, it's a